That ball set up perfectly. Always in front of her. Kurtic just been blocked out. Agonu sees it coming, but she's already just fronting up. Kurtic. So there's a big gap open. Chuck to the outside, off the hands. Kurtic playing defense. Lavrini's got his arms out for a big hug. Agonu goes high through the block this time. And that's what they need from Agonu, is just that constant outlet that they can throw the ball to. We know that she's had phenomenal success in her career, but this team really does, and its success really does revolve around her. Chance to Özbay. A little bit of flair with the left hand. That is one benefit of having a left-handed setter, that when that ball is just firing onto the net pretty fast, she can go to work on the second touch. Through the hands, high from Agonu. She has started on flames. Might have only been in the 30% for spiking efficiency yesterday, but today, yeah, she's cooking. High to the outside, the service pressure good from Milano. And Franti, she did this yesterday coming off of the bench, just provided a real good, stable outside option. I mean, if you look at the errors from the Kip Bank yesterday, I think they made 15 spiking errors, where Scandici only made 7. Franti's certainly coming in, bringing some energy, but also bringing that consistency that they need. As we said, this only her 3rd start of the Champions League season. That is a miss-serve, just as we're talking about her consistency. Right or cue. NCAA champ from Penn State with Misha Hancock and Haley Washington. Both of those never winning a Champions League title, though. Wild. Just shows you just can't give these Champions League titles away. They've got to be earned. And some of the best players of this generation still haven't won a Champions League. Chance to Özbay. What a set that is. Franti flying through the pipe, but the defense is exceptional. And no wonder Kazud's celebrating like she scored it. Bish, bash, bosh, Milano in transition. Absolutely insane. High tip. It's Dowderop that goes to floor. But it was the second defense that was excellent from Kazud as well. And now the French captain unloads. Buffet. And the passing issues for the Kip Bank are back again. And Guidetti looks at his shoes as all the good early work's been undone. Yes, the Kip Bank look a little bit stronger than they did yesterday.
This is art.
Okay, but this is art.
Guidetti even said himself at points he didn't realise that this team would make it this far either. Oh, chicken! What a swing from Markova. Good luck digging that one, Nika Dowderop. You're not expected to. That is too good. Pass off of the net as well, so hitting angles usually very tough when the pass is off the net, but when you're 2 meters tall and you get up to like 3.5, you can still find angles in this game, and that's why Markova is so effective. High one, cross body from Van Rijk. Maybe that ball's not quite in the right spot. She's shaking her head, Van Rijk, and just in disappointment. Pass is quick. Markova having to hit out of trouble again. And that is the beauty of having Markova on the left side. She can find the ball from absolutely anywhere. Chansu's got the outlet. She's hit it by the 3-meter line. But she struck it so good Gazzetti on to Van Rijk. He said struggling this week with bronchitis. She came and did the live show with us in the build-up to this Final Four, and you can find that on European Volleyball YouTube. Markova again. Oh, someone's got in the front of it. It's Kurtic and Agonu. Markova's finally been stopped, but again, the first pass just isn't there at the moment. Passes in system. Defense is good. Volley's coming over from Agonu. Agonu now just sitting behind the block for the tip. That's exactly why she's there in those transition situations where hitting angles, as we said, is so tough. Milan look very organized. They've ridden out that early storm, and in turn puts the ball away beautifully. Kazut has been great. Here we go, let's listen to Gudeti.
And in this rotation, you can receive, so we have the pipe, okay? Receive and we have the pipe. We already said, okay? And attention, in transition, we need to close linear. In transition, we need to close linear to everybody, okay? Alright, let's go, we are.
One side out, the ball. Just got a bit rocky with the pass at the moment. Zeddy's obviously come into that right side. They'll still dish the ball a lot to Markova as the atmosphere just starting to spruce up in here a little bit. Agonu started sprightly here in this game. Hasn't been the Champions League season where she's really dominated, but she certainly can. And Markova is under pressure with the Agonu serve, and Agonu is cooking. This season, Agonu 10 starts overall. She was MVP for Kip Bank when they last won the Champions League. Now she's putting her opposition under the cosh here. Good set. Agonu's getting more of the ball. That set's too tight from Oro, and almost Agonu just gets herself right out of a fiddle. And the Kip Bank are in the same spot as we saw yesterday, just on the struggle bus, can't make anything work. Markova just caught drifting, but it's such a shrewd swing from Agonu. Is that in or is it out? It's out of bounds, but the set was tight. She can't go full rip as she tips off the hands in the end. The ball was a good foot out. Markova needs a few serves here because the Kip Bank already are on the struggle bus. They've certainly come here and put a ton of effort in. Domi with a beautiful pass. They're passing on two now and just allowing Dauderop to free up because Lavarini will know that the Kip Bank will go after certain players at certain times. But as far as they're not going after Dauderop a little bit more, they're obviously impressed with how she passed yesterday. She passed beautifully, but in this matchup last time, it was a struggle. Oh, over on two. Good cover from Bazzetti. It's just in, you'd think on the back court, well, Van Rijk will come back on the front. Timeout taken from Guidetti. He's using all of his cards already. Oro goes over on two, and we saw that Ognjenovic scored 4 in a set against the Kip Bank yesterday, and that really wound Guidetti up.
And so we pay more attention to pipe eventually or four. Ok? Fate attenzione sulla Franti che è diagonale.
So quick we don't play there. Right, let's go.
Dowder up following Agonu. Agonu serving, spiking so far, superb. Milano have looked solid. Ready as on comes Silla, as it comes off for the front court. And it's just such a nice substitution to be able to bring on the best outside hitter in the Olympic Games, Miriam Silla, who just shows a lot of intensity in her actions all the time. Franti to the outside. Certainly been a bright spark so far. But that ball is out of rhythm a lot, so they're having the game forced through the outsides. But it means with Markova and Franti, they're hitting themselves out of system or from out of system position regularly enough. It's just whether Bozzetti's going to stay on the court, on the front court, or Van Wijk comes back in, but who knows, it might be too late. Franti, a lot of the ball going to the outside at the moment. Saragunes has got to get up and try and make a run here, but it's a free ball. Touch off the block on the way through. Saragunes does make a run in the block, and Franti puts the ball away. The Kip Bank fans are on their feet. The Kip Bank Istanbul are looking like they might just turn this around. More fire, more fights, more heart, more determination, and Saragunes commits on Kurtic. Passes slightly off Agonu. In that situation, you have to take your hat off to Oro, who gives that ball enough width. And that was one thing that certainly didn't help Milano in this fixture in pool play earlier on in the season. It was in Pool C. The pass was just slightly off the net, and the setter was really struggling on that day. We might see Lamprini Constantino a little bit later on, but it wasn't her fault. The pass wasn't there. She struggled to find Agonu out of rhythm. But Franti, still no errors, but the ball's reloaded to the outside, and welcome to the game, Miriam Silla. 3 in the pass. Great serve, long angle, sorry. Kurtic beats Franti. And all the small things again going against Giovanni Guidetti's side. Oh, through the seam. Textbook serving from the young Serbian. Sublime in the long angle serve to the left of Franti. And then the next time she goes down the seam, mixing it up and causing confusion. Now, Bozzetti the target, serve deep. That's tight, block should be in the game. Was there a touch? No is the answer. And just as the Kip Bank were looking like they were going to fight back in this game, Milano are back on cruise control. Tight. Again, Kurtic the middle playing and mopping up off the hands this time from Silla, who's just come on and has just been a 5th gear for this Milano side as they take the opening set 25-15. Really aggressive off the hands. And Milano, who suffered yesterday to Amoko for the 16th time in a row, have just taken the first set in commanding style. You have to say that the Kip Bank Istanbul is still an improvement. Certainly, it's been difficult at times for Markova, but let's not forget, still in her early 20s. And played in Indonesia last summer. This is a different level altogether, but she's there. Second set of the CV Champions League bronze medal match here from Istanbul. The Kip Bank trail Milano 1-0. After a poor performance yesterday, one where they didn't quite show up. It has been slightly better, but it's Helena Kazut, who was brilliant yesterday, who tips well and in the end earns the point for her team. Kip Bank will have to stay aggressive throughout. Catch puts the ball in nicely. Markova on the pipe. Watch out, that's the Kip Bank playing the Kip Bank way. Agonu a threat, but Ganesi stays on Markova and they leave the middle alone. They know it's going to Markova, but it's one thing knowing that. It's another thing being able to stop her when she's in rhythm. Ganesi plucked by Cansu Özbay. Oh, into the angle. There's a deflection off the shoulder. Franti has to get up. Frantic stuff as well from the Kip Bank. Another touch from Franti, but to no avail this time. A for effort though for the Kip Bank, and that's exactly the sort of effort they have to show. Wide, Markova, good cover, just underneath the arms or hands of Agonu. Agonu has to get off the net and then come through, so she hasn't got full power on that one because of the amount of work she's got to do. What a dig that is, and what a rally this is. Godomi, unbelievable. Free ball Özbay, Markova puts a dent in the floor. The Kip Bank are back. The defensive hustle is there from both sides. Outrageous work, but in a free ball situation, Markova's going to get that ball and she is going to pummel it. Godomi now back to being calm, and Agonu goes back to a first phase side out. That is the best possible response that you can have to losing a long rally. Ball goes in perfectly, dishing it out to Agonu. The ball's got good width. Pizzetti on the right side is proving to be working at the moment. Still no Van Rijk. He's tried a few different things with Guidetti. Pizzetti just staying high. Straight approach for Pizzetti. You could just have a camera on Giovanni Guidetti all day, couldn't you? Now Agoni's serving. She had a good run in the opening set. One off the net ban, I catch passes off and straight, so it's a lot of pressure on Cansu. Markova somehow gets that ball back. Oro! Slammed up. A threat on two, Alessia Oro. Again, free ball situation. Cansu still running back to position. And again, we haven't seen Zhenshiyu really get amongst this game, either attacking-wise, but the pass hasn't quite been there, granted. But blocking the last couple of days, only one kill block yesterday, and just seems to not be running up quick enough. Markova back to serve after another point on the board. I mean, what a pass that is. The fast feet tracking that ball back to keep the shoulders behind the ball. The shoulders are relaxed, but the arms are quite tense and straight. And really, watching Japanese players play defense or pass is a thing of beauty. But Franti, that's a little bit of what they were missing yesterday, the Kip Bank. a little bit of BFE, big Franti energy. Straight pass again. It's another sort of play where you see Cansu Özbay under a lot of pressure. Gazzetti into the advertising board, but obviously there's stages of pressure in the pass. Cansu Özbay wasn't under massive pressure. The ball was still into a good aggressive zone, so the hitters would have the ball in front of them, which is good, but it's usually chasing to 3.5. That long line ball becomes the favourite to try and push the blocker or open space between the two blockers. A bit more BFE out there as Franti is aggressive, but so is Milano, Agonu, Kazut. Valderop too strong at the moment. What a touch that is from Kazut. That's deflected off the middle, but she's into the floor, so she's stable. And then she sticks her hand out, doesn't let it past her. She has been absolutely superb these last couple of days. Service straight down the line. Now Valderop gets served. It's a great set from Oro. That's a difficult one. She had to almost pivot on that right foot and send it into the middle. And it earns a side out for them in a row. And that's where the setters earn their money. You serve straight down the line to position 1. You try and force the ball through position 4. But in this situation, she did get a body around the ball and flip it to the middle. And almost that's the best we've seen from Kurcic. He then goes for that sliding ball deep to 5 and misses out from the party. Danesi back on the front court. She was absolutely fabulous yesterday. She really did stick it to her former club Moco the best that she could. She's a 2-time Serie A winner. Never won this Champions League. And that was her 5th game this season yesterday in double figures. So it just shows how crucial she is in the middle for the Italian side. Markova, the 2 meters tall, gets down to the floor very quickly. Fukunomi gets the ball in, pipe from Valderop, looking to squeeze one in. I don't think Guidetti got booked yesterday and got a colour of a card that matched his shirt. No complaints this time though. From Franti, but she's been dug by Oro. Tight again for Agonu. She has to go for the tip. Markova on the right side, takes it so comfortably. It's the same on the left as well. Good luck stopping that one. Franti certainly has brought something to this side today in terms of just getting after it, but at the same time, Woods have also been in that same frame of mind all weekend. Passes into a great zone. It really is good from Valderop, who's passed incredibly well the last 2 days, and that just opens the offense up. All 5 options available to the setter, and all of a sudden Guidetti calls another one.
Serving like this, we have no chance. Everybody's serving easy, everybody. Not one that take one risk. You have to take risk. You can serve much better. You can take risk. Only one push. We need to push service. If not, it's very difficult. Already we have in block, we are not super tall today. We need to find solution. Hey, and then when Jansu is in block, position 4, attacking here. They don't change the diagonal. Hey, they attack here with Jansu. 87 balls. I don't need to call time out. Either.
Service pressure is a great call from Guidetti. Serving 6 without any power is going to make it easy for the pass. If you do pass from position 6, you pass well. The majority is that everything's going to open up. Dalderop 6 points, Franti 4. Interesting. Dalderop's quietly gone about her business. Jansu was bites tight. And again, Jansu's backcourt setter gets called for handover.
A 00 agent needs the fastest and, of course, most striking car when they're on duty. Meet the Aston Martin Valhalla. If you want to drive it, you'll have to earn the number.
We have definitely seen a return on investment since we've started using Mubala. We have saved a
Can't play the ball from above the net, over the net in that situation. 3 in the pass. Great pass, my catch as well. Chansu throws it to the outside mark of a hammering solidly, but what a dig that is from Oro. But Gunesh gets across on Agonu, who doesn't have a full approach on the ball. Great dig from Oro. Just reads the play, stays stable and relaxed. 2 up in the block. It's important on that right side that you do pinch in and you leave a little bit of line. The line is so difficult to access in those junk plays or those out-of-rhythm plays in the game into the angle. Still, there'll be no line available there for Bozzetti, that's for sure. Underneath the block this time, good cover. The Kip Bank certainly throwing bodies on the floor, but at the same time, it's not quite falling for them. Certainly, when brought into the game, has not let anybody down defensively the last 2 games. Bozzetti certainly made a difference. Chansu was what comes out. For Shabiolu. So no setter on the court at the moment, trying to stop Dalderop, but go to Agonu, and that's just the width that Agonu can really operate with. It's a little bit tight, but she can just stay fast. She's so high anyway. Even in that out-of-rhythm ball that's a bump set, you just don't see her not scoring in that situation, with that first ball being a little bit tighter to the net. Struggles a little bit more when the set is running towards 5 or 6. They're trying to work that ball into 3, but Zevigiolu off the bench and doing the business. Afghanistan. We started 3 games this season where Nursby was out of the game with an injury. Markova. Guidetti, you can see him just applauding that from Markova, because he's seeing the behavior that he wants to see in terms of the increased service pressure. Great pass, Markova from the right side, off the hands. Zevigiolu off the bench, and again without Van Wright. They're finding some solutions. A bit short-sighted on the right side, but that's okay. Keep turning the ball, making it difficult for the block. Zevigiolu. Oh, what a serve that is. Very close. Too long, but on another day that drops in. Guidetti's going mad. I think you feel that you just want something to go Guidetti's way this weekend, because not a lot has. Little look from Oro, finds Agonu. She goes off pace into the sharp angle. Chadistan is there. It's a good defense. They'll have to go again. Does it go back to Agonu? Yes, it does. This time trying to squeeze one past the block. And just Defiance defensively stops one of the world's best and the sport's greatest from scoring. Tries to tweak that angle, and some really good defense from Chadistan, but she just slows her arm down there. As soon as she slows the arm down, you can just cue the defender in a little bit. Out. And we are back to having no setter for the Kip Bank. Julie staying on to serve, and then you'd expect that she'll be replaced from Chancellor after this, but let's see. They do get a serve in now. The Kip Bank. Hello. I've said it once, I've said it twice, maybe 10 times already this game, or this weekend. She's been superb. You think, because of somebody that hasn't played every game, didn't expect it to start yesterday, really, because she played yesterday. There's another big serve. And that's Alessia Oro doing Alessia Oro things that we saw yesterday. So that was her first start in 6 Champions League matches yesterday, and she went and delivered the goods. She started both the biggest games of the season. Oro, one of the best servers in the Champions League this season, right on cue, serves one underneath the net, and hopefully she can just laugh it off. That's a round of something of her choice later on. Franti. The service pressure now starting to pay off. The Kip Bank still 4 behind, 3 in the block, and Markova has the lion's share of the work to do there. She has to shift in 6 or 7 meters to help with the block, and that makes her the best option to try and tip off of. The most difficult position to actually press with the hands. Pass is a bit fast. The my catch, Markova out of rhythm. And again, Benazi's having a little look around saying, I pressed in the right position there. Markova's just too high. Have another look. Benazi knows it's going to the outside. Maybe gets beaten high, maybe just beaten off the left hand. That's a tight pass, too tight. Oh, the Kip Bank are not going to be penalised here. Lavrini's getting in the face. He wants the hand over. Here we go. Balls like this went against Kip Bank yesterday. He's maybe saying that the ball was hit down into Oro. On the opposite side, just watching through the net. Understanding there are at least 4 options. 5 with Bazzetti on the back. Agonu stopped. Domi is in a great place. What a play that is. The cover to turn, watch it over the shoulder. Play relaxed. Just when the Kip Bank Istanbul start pushing, Milano push back. And that's exactly what this sport's about. You can't just roll over. Silla comes in again. And you have to say, the outsides haven't been a problem for Milano. This comes as a chance. He tries to go there again. 4 touches, maybe. Was there a touch of Kurtic? Who knows? At that point, Gariboli Milano to go up 2-0, 24-19. Doesn't feel like a 24-19 set at the moment. Kodomi is there again. She's passed superbly well. The Japanese lib. Is that in? The referee says yes, and it's Milano that take a 2-0 lead here in Istanbul for a Champions League bronze medal. They've been more consistent. Yes, they were put under the cosh a little bit in that set, and that is a swing of perfection from a vulnerable position, one would say, offensively in that last point. But 15 and 19 are the scores so far. The Kip Bank Istanbul, for me, are playing better than they played yesterday. Milan are just in this game, and they're there as well, bringing everything they can. Agonu, low hitting efficiency yesterday, but at the same time has been very effective. Back towards the libero here for the Kip Bank. There has been a change in libero, and in comes Ajar, number 16, for Aikachen. Statistically, she's had a fabulous Champions League, the best passer coming into this, and it's not like she's only played in fits and spurts, really. She's had 3 starts and played in 4 games overall, but her passing percentage has been at 64, 60, 63 efficiency. Franti's there, Nigel gets after it. So certainly somebody that can come on and help this cause for the Kip Bank, but at the moment, it's again playing very smart, tipping, then a faster ball, a longer ball, she's hitting through the seam. Tip this time from Zaragunes, who's started this game nicely but gone quite quiet. Struggled yesterday as well. That's a very good wrist away swing. Markova can pull that one from anywhere and straight through the middle. The connection between her and Oro is on the money, isn't it? Tip over the top, and the libero has picked the floor again. But to run that play again is smart with Danesi in the middle, Dowder up on their wing. Blockers are really going to be looking at the big players there, shifting across, making sure that Danesi's taken, Dowderup's taken, and then Oro will go to Kazud as an option instead, as Tumujudu is playing on the right side. Still no Van Wright, still no Bazzetti now. Looking like a completely different team that started yesterday with just Jen Shinyu, Erzbai, Markova. 4 of the 7 still out there. Has to think on his feet. Markova tipped over the top this time from Agonu, and it's a good decision with Zaragunes not having been liberoed off yet. Markova in the shank tank. Out the back, off the arms, and Danesi proving her worth once again. She's had an incredible tournament, Danesi, when she has played, always in double figures, and Danesi certainly helps her contribution today. Free ball to position 1, trying to put pressure on the setter, and the opposite. Shemshulu stays fast offensively. Yes, they're missing their big cannon, Van Wright, but running with the middle in that free ball and committing. Turkish. Gets the ball back, big swing. Ajar is there. Turkish beaten, but Agonu with a real good high defensive ball, gives time for the spikers to get out to their positions. Agonu's there again, the Japanese libero, putting in a great shift. Tip deep from Agonu. Marvellous stuff from both teams. Off the antenna in the end. Agonu, just her third start in the Champions League this season, having started yesterday and today. One start before this Final Four in Istanbul. Agonu tries to hit the leather off that one again. Not overly delighted, but at the same time, you have to be aggressive behind the service line. Guidetti's already had a whinge about that to his team.
I was going through a tough time. I felt so alone. It was my church community that was there to see me through it and turn me to God.
Marova. The aggressive serving isn't quite working for the Kip Bank early on in this third set. They're going to have to fire up the furnace somehow. Well, that sort of sums up their entire weekend when they have managed to get things moving. It's not quite been... No, but that's a good pass into position 3. Julu is there, and she's somebody who can make a real difference. She's highly involved with Santarelli's Turkish team, formerly led by Guidetti through the middle. It's fast. It's furious stuff. Shin-Yu gets across really well and just slows the game down. But then off the ball, she's so quick. It's a wider set, puts pressure on the block, and she can stay high and hammer off the top of it. Tough job being a middle blocker in this sport. Short. Back to the middle. Gunesh still can't find the floor. It looks like Milano are really looking after position 5 with Gunesh and trying to make her swing back cross body. A little bit tense in the arms eventually from Kazud. Franti fires up, and it's easy when that ball comes with some power on it. Easy just to tense up a little bit. Giovanni, there you go. That's the Giovanni Guidetti we all know and love. Position 1, trying to force the ball to the outside. It makes it so difficult. And we've seen it before that Oro loves trying to use the middle from that serve to position 1, but that's not easy. She can't find Kurdijic from there. Timeout. Lavarini is calling the timeouts early. He's trying to sit the Kip Bank down before they get ahead of themselves.
We can play from a free ball. It's easy, you call and we play. Tieni a 1 adesso, così almeno rimane lì e hai tutte le uscite buone, che la Franti si sta anche aprendo in anticipo. Vai, andiamo!
Questo momento!
Seven, 6. Off the back, and that's another miss-serve. But Guidetti's still having a clap. And rightfully so. They are missing their fair share of serves, but look at the scores. They're trading, and if they stay patient, a few of these serves will certainly go in. Service to the left-hand side of Markovic. She's getting quite a lot of the ball now. Franti, you struggle to hit the cross-court in a ball that comes from behind you on that left side. Franti struggling to find the sideline, runs out of room, and that's a break for Milano. And again, a Milano timeout helps their cause. 2 in a row since the timeout. 2 errors from the Kip Bank since that timeout as well. High ball to the outside, 2 up in the block, no angles. for Franti there, lining up in 6 very nicely. You can just see that where she's facing here, Franti, trying to get to the ball, that's where the blockers try and get in front of, and there's nowhere else for her really to go. Markova passing fast. Özbay can't do much about it. Navarini's not a happy bunny. Jansu stays smart, but Guidetti will know that that pass isn't in the right area. It's not got the right shape, the right tempo. So there's still cause for him to have some concern. It's a nice pass. It's very difficult to pass over that left shoulder and get that to 2.5, but it's a good effort from Kazud. Pushed over from Oro. Danesi turns it to position 1. Milano are back on top here. Aja just overpassing. And that's got dealt with. Aja now putting the ball in. Markova on the pipe. Danesi gets one. That's the first time that Markova's been stopped through the pipe on that wrist away. Almost every time she loves to swing away from the body. Danesi is very wide in that angle. There's not many people in the world that she would set up that wide on in the pipe.
Good job in block. Then again, if we are not attention, the easy thing, the difficult thing we are doing, the easy thing, one set inside antenna, transition, not in 3, not in position 3. And then if we have Danesi in the setter, we will miss it. We will attack out on setter, not on Danesi, out on setter. Okay? Aye. Here we are, receive, we have a pipe. Sa, let's go, we are.
Danesi, more efficiency, more points as well, and probably a little bit more service, you'd say, because Zulu misses out. Another timeout coming out in another error. Just been a bit like that over the last couple of days. Big cross-body swing, blocks leaving the line, but when you're coming in looking into the angle, the control you need in the arm is out there to send that accurately to its target. A couple of quick errors both sides. Franti. Another miss serve from the Kip Bank, and eventually one of them's got to drop, surely. So many missed serves, but Guidetti asked for more service pressure. I think that was completely the right call. They missed so many. Service bullet, but that's out the back as well. Can somebody please get a serve in? Errors were a big problem for Kip Bank yesterday. Agonu loves hitting that sharp angle, and so cool, calm and collective out there. Jebishulu puts the ball away to the line. Chansu Osbey has just plucked Agonu. Makes it look easy. I assure you it's not. Like a eyebrow hair. And the Kip Bank have got 2 in a row. Now they're rocking, now they're rolling. Now the rock stopped. And are we going to see a little bit of pressure on the shoulders of Milano? Short ball. This is the rotation that really hurt because you can take Dowderop out of the pass by moving her short. Her rhythm is really affected offensively, and then it's difficult to also get that service to Agonu at the same time. So you're taking the position 4 out, and you're also working at taking Agonu out. It's exactly what they're trying to do again. That's a good pass till the 2.5. And then the French captain comes through the pipe, and you don't have to worry about Agonu or Dowderop. And I think every Milan player is saying, great swing, thanks for getting us out of that one. Goes up showing position 5 and then rips it back. Lunch almost just started at the beginning of the point. To the Zulu, looking to go block, but it's blocked out. Hello, the Kip Bank. Short ball again, Dowderop. Very good tactic this from the Kip Bank. She's out of rhythm, so she has to go with the tip. She's got no cross-court angles, so Markova's just sitting inside, waiting for that tip. That's straight out the textbook from Guidetti and the Kip Bank. It's exactly what they were doing to Dowderop here in Istanbul a couple of months ago. Well, just to give you some insight, Dowderop in Istanbul scored 9 points, got served 30 times, was 7 from 20 offensively, got served a lot. She hasn't served that much today, but they are going on her a bit more, the Kip Bank, because there's another block. It's out of system. Markova. They're getting across on her. Kurtic must be incredibly high. Look at Omi, that's into a great spot. Agonu wants the touch, gets the touch of Jansu, which maybe is a little bit fortunate because that one was flying like a rocket. Agonu really open with that arm, and that's how she gets the powers off of Markov, actually, my mistake. Aja, Kurtic, struggled putting the ball on the floor this weekend. Gets one this time, hang on a moment. Referees change the decision. Everything's okay again. The world can rotate once more. Passes wide. Jansu was by. The Kip Bank are rocking and rolling again here. Pass is great from Kazun. High hands in the block. It's a rare block for Jansu. Dowderop now replaced Vasila. Markova. Silla's had to come off the bench. The first pass is tight for Kip Bank. Franti, Guidetti, all finding their way here. It's been a tough couple of days for Giovanni Guidetti. It really has. And for the Kip Bank side, but there's something to smile about now. Franti, her energy has been superb. Silla. The Kip Bank. Where is this for Kip Bank been the whole time? Playing with aggression. The shackles are off for the Kip Bank Istanbul. Aja just has to play safe into the 10, but Gebijulu's power. Her fast feet to the ball and the speed of the arm is on the money. Guidetti laughing.
sapete
Smiling.
che sono una squadra che difende.
Milano under a bit of pressure now.
È tornato su in un momento così difficile, attacchi tutto, quindi se entrano in battuta aggressivi possiamo anche tenerla un pochettino per...
Are you over 45 years old and live in Canada? Then watch this. This month only, we are looking for 500 people in Canada interested in improving.
Perché abbiamo l'alzatore davanti, quello dobbiamo poterlo usare, ok? E aspettatevi la difesa, uniamo bene i muri sulle situazioni di pallare.
Milano, luckily, have been pretty good at the back end of timeouts.